Today I'm sharing my 5-month results from the Nira at-home laser device. And I have some things to say. That's coming up next. Welcome in, I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman. Today I'm sharing before and after pictures of my 5-month results with using the Nira at-home laser device. If you're new here, a very special welcome to you. I hope you'll consider subscribing and make sure you click that notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And if you're interested in more makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman, stop by prettyover50.com. There's a lot more great information just waiting for you there. I've been using the Nira at-home laser for about 5 months now, and I thought it was time to do an update on my results. I have a whole boatload of before and after pictures, and I have some opinions that are kind of interesting, so I hope you'll stick with me. If you're not familiar with the Nira, this is an FDA cleared at-home laser device. And what does a laser do? This little tip actually puts heat into your skin, and that heat generates collagen and elastin production on your skin. I've done 2 other videos on the Nira, my before and my 2-month results, and I'll go ahead and list them up here. If you haven't seen those and you're not familiar with the Nira, you might want to go over there and watch those because this video will make so much more sense for you. This is not a sponsored video, but if you do decide that you want to give the Nira a try, I do have a discount code down in the description box below. That'll save you a few dollars on your purchase. A little bit about my progress with the Nira. I started this 5 months ago, and for the first 2 months, I was extremely religious about the use. I used it every single morning and sometimes morning and evening. For the past 3 months, I've gotten a little bit lax on my usage because there's been a lot going on. I moved to a new town, I was sick for a while, just life happened. And I would say that on average, for the past 3 months, I've used the Nira about 3 or 4 times a week. Some weeks I only used it once or twice. So my usage of the Nira for the past 3 months has not been as consistent as the first 2 months. As a little refresher, the things that I can say about the Nira and the experience of using it is that it is extremely easy to use. Easy peasy. This is probably my easiest device of all the skincare devices that I do use right now in my skincare routine. It literally takes 5 minutes to do my eyes, my nasolabial folds, and my marionette lines. And I do it in the morning while my coffee's brewing. So it's not as though it's taking extra time out of my day. I just figured out a little 5-minute period where I'm waiting for something to happen that I can fit the Nira in. So that's been extremely convenient. It does just plug in right here, and it sits on my bathroom counter and it's getting charged in between uses. The device itself, I have nothing but compliments to say about it. They obviously did a lot of testing before they brought this to market. It's extremely ergonomic, it's very light. Nothing about this unit has become fussy or problematic. All the buttons have worked. It's easy to handle and it's easy to use. So as far as that goes, I really have a lot of compliments for the design of the Nira. Now we have a little bit of background of how often I've used it and what I think about the device itself. Let's jump into what you're really here for, and those are the before and after pictures. I do want to say before we take a look at the before and after pictures, I'm not a professional photographer. I am an at-home beauty enthusiast, and I do my very best to take pictures that are consistent. The pictures that you're going to see in these upcoming before and afters were taken in 2 different locations. My studio at the beach and my new place here at the lake. The lighting is different between those 2 places. However, I did use the exact same camera, which was the camera on my phone. I've done my very best to make the pictures look as equal as possible so we can really get a good idea of the true results. Let's start with a full picture of my face from 5 months ago and today. Here we are looking at my full face after 5 months of using the Nira. And here are the things that stand out for me. One thing I notice is that my skin in general just looks firmer and more toned. I don't know so much if that has to do with the Nira or it just has to do with the progression of my skincare routine. But definitely the before picture, my face is a little bit looser. It seems a little less taut than the picture on the right. Around my eyes, particularly underneath my eyes, I am noticing a reduction in the fine lines. It's not huge, but I do see a difference in the firmness and tautness of the skin under my eyes. Clearly, it's not like it was when I was in my 20s and 30s, but I do think I'm seeing an improvement in the right direction. The one big thing that I've noticed with my eyes, and I want you to take a look at the eye that's on your right. That would be my left eye. Look at the difference in the hooded lids and the amount of space on the movable lid. It looks like the hooding on my eyes is less puffy or less noticeable, and the amount of space on my movable lid is bigger, particularly on the eye on your right. That's pretty exciting to me because I have such hooded eyes. I would love for my eyes to be less hooded over time. Now I want to work down the face. One thing that I really do notice is a difference in the nasolabial fold. Those are the little lines on either side of the nose that head down towards the upper lip. For me, there is a big reduction in the depth of those nasolabial folds. The biggest difference for me with the Nira so far is the marionette line. So if you'll look down at the bottom of my mouth on either side, you can see in the before picture, the marionette lines were folded over and they have deep creases inside of them. That was one of the biggest issues I had when I started my skincare routine, was really wanting to address those marionette lines. As you can see in the after picture, the folds are much more diminished. In other words, the skin is no longer folding in at such an angle, and now you can see more of those lines that were inside of the fold. I'm not so sure if the lines have improved, but definitely that area is become more firm, showing that there's more elastin and collagen in that area. So I would expect as I continue forward that those lines are going to soften and look less deep and less noticeable. Here we have a close-up of the eye area. And again, what I can say is that it does look like the skin around my eyes is a little firmer and a little more taut. There's more space on the movable lid, which tells me that that hood has receded a little bit. And I actually take the laser up underneath my eyebrow and down into this corner of my eye about 3 passes every morning. It looks like that hooded lid is becoming a little less pronounced. Also, it's very slight, but I do notice a difference in the crinkliness in the corners of my eyes. That's another big area on my face that kind of is a problem area for me. It's not as though that area is super smooth and super taut now, but I do see a reduction in the crinkliness and the depth of the wrinkles in that area. Here's where we get to an area that I have to say I'm not very impressed with the results. This is my right eye, and you can see the before and the after picture. To me, it looks like that main crow's feet line in the after picture is actually deeper than when I started. And I can't for the life of me figure out why that would be. I don't know if my skin's dehydrated right now. I took these pictures this morning. I do think that there is a reduction in the fine lines around my eyes, but definitely that one crow's feet line seems deeper to me. But it really is kind of disappointing to me that that crow's feet, that one main crow's foot, what do you say, crow's feet, what? Looks deeper to me. I really would have wanted that to be softer. Here is my left eye, and again, same results here. It appears to me that that crow's foot on my eye seems deeper and more pronounced, and I don't know why that would be. It looks like to me that the fine lines around my eyes are diminished slightly, but I certainly don't understand why that would have happened, but that crow's foot would not be softened and would seem deeper to me. So this is really, really curious to me. I don't think in this particular picture that hooded lid looks much different, although it seemed to look different in the frontal shot. I'm not sure if it was the position of my eye or the lighting or whatever. As far as the real deep crow's feet around my eyes, I'll have to say I'm not really seeing any improvement, and they actually look a little bit deeper to me than they did when I started. Here's where I feel like the Nira has really shined in my skincare routine, is in the lower part of my face. the nasolabial folds and the marionette lines. The difference in the before and the after is huge because that was one of the biggest areas of concern on my face. I understand that the lighting in the before and the after picture are different. I tried to get them the same. This was as close as I could get. One was shot with less natural light, and then the one I shot this morning, there's a lot of natural light in my studio, and that's the one at the bottom. But even still, I think that there's a huge difference in the lower part of my face. Look at the difference in the amount of skin that is folded over on the top picture compared to the amount of skin that is folded over on the bottom picture. It's really, really reduced. I do see a little bit of softening of those deep lines that were in my marionette lines on the bottom picture, so that's nice to see. And I would anticipate that those lines will continue to soften and improve over time. So for me, the biggest change in my face from using the Nira has been in the lower half of my face, both the nasolabial folds and the marionette lines. I think that there's quite a big difference in the depth and just the overall wrinkliness of both those areas. So there you have it, my 5-month results from using the Nira. And what I'm going to do is I'll have all those before and after photos over on the blog, so you'll be able to click over there and really study the photos and spend some time really looking at the difference from the use of the Nira for 5 months on at least my face. My overall thoughts about using the Nira, I can say that it has been very, very easy to use. I like the device and it's super, super quick. I'm very, very happy with the results on the lower part of my face. I am disappointed that that one large crow's feet on either side on both my eyes seems to be deeper. I'm not sure why that is, and I'm not sure why the fine lines would look better, but not that particular deep crow's feet. If you have any questions about my use of the Nira, make sure you put them in the comment box down below and I'll be sure to try to address them. I want to thank you for joining me for my 5-month results for the Nira at-home laser device. I hope you found this useful and helpful. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, make sure you smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And if you're interested in more makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman, stop by prettyover50.com. There's a lot more great information just waiting for you there. You guys know it just tickles me when you take a few minutes out of your day to spend it with me. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. Again, I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman. Make it a great day. Wear your sunscreen and all. See you in the next video. Bye now.